In this chapter, we'll be discussing about customer service. So another is a very important topic is the Banking Ombudsman Scheme. Okay, so this scheme, it enables a speedy forum for bank customers for resolution of their complaints. Okay, this was introduced on the Section 35A of the Banking Regulation Act by RBI with effect from 95. So Banking Ombudsman is a senior official appointed by RBI to look into the customer complaints against deficiency in banking services. So as on date, we have 20 banking ombudsmen, and they have been appointed with their offices located mostly in state capitals. So if you have any complaint against banking service, some service was not up to the mark, or you have faced some deficiency in service, you can approach the banking ombudsman. So one can file this complaint if the reply is not received from the bank within a period of 30 days. So first of all, you have to tell your complaint to the bank and give it 30 days time for a redressal. In case that then it's not resolved, then you can approach the banking ombudsman. If you're not satisfied with the reply given, or if the bank fails to reply within 30 days, you can approach the ombudsman. And you can file the complaint on just by writing on a plain paper. And you also file it online. Okay. However, it's not necessary to use the online form. You can just on a plain white paper also you can make this complaint. And there is no fees charged for resolving customer's complaint. And the bank ombudsman can award compensation up to 1 lakh. Okay, in case of complaints related to credit card operations for mental agony and harassment. So if one is not satisfied even with this decision of bank ombudsman, there is a further process. You can approach the appellate authority, and that will be vested with the powers will be vested with Deputy Governor of RBI. You can also explore any other options available as per law. So what are the banking services which come under the ambit of banking ombudsman? Okay, so one interview question could be, what are the deficiencies in banking services that the complaints can be received by the banking ombudsman? So this could be, just remember 2 to 3 examples, that would be sufficient. So normal banking, all your normal banking services will be coming under this. So like non-payment of or inordinate delay in payment of checks and drafts. So you have deposited a check in the drop box, and even after say 2 weeks it's not cleared, or there will be time limit prescribed by the bank. Okay, so local checks take so much time, and outstation checks take so much time, and so if it exceeds the time and you're not unhappy with it, you can approach it. So non-payment or extreme delay in payment of checks, drafts, bills, non-acceptance of small denomination notes tendered for any purpose. Okay, or if the charge commission, like small denomination notes, should be accepted. Okay, the banks cannot deny it. Say if you want to deposit 10,000 in a bank account, it's not necessary that you have to deposit 500 or hundreds. Okay, even you can deposit 10 rupees. All the 10,000 you can deposit 10 rupees, and bank cannot deny it. Okay, even that is a deficiency in service. Okay, because there is a legal debt tender. Okay, whatever may be the denomination, or non-acceptance of coins, that is also deficiency in service. Okay, the non-payment or delay in payment of inward remittances, failure to issue demand drafts or delay, non-adherence to prescribed working hours. Okay, so then failure to provide or delay in providing a banking facility promised in writing by the selling agents, delay or non-credits of proceeds to parties account, non-payment of deposits, complaints from NRIs having accounts in India, refusal to open deposit accounts without any valid reason. So you have approached bank to open an account and they're refusing to open. They will give some reasons, but if it's not a valid reason, then you can also approach ombudsman. Levying of charges without adequate prior notice, that is also deficient service. This you come across a lot of times. A lot of complaints are related to this, where a bank levies some penalty charges or something and customers are unhappy, then you can approach the ombudsman. Then non-adherence by the bank or subsidiaries to the instructions of RBI on ATM and debit card operations or credit card operations, non-disbursement of pension or delay in pension, refusal in accepting or delay in accepting payments to taxes, refusal or delay in issuing a failure to service or delay redemption of government securities, forced closure of deposit accounts without due notice, refusal to close or delay in closing accounts, non-adherence of fair practices code, non-observance of RBI guidelines on recovery agents, and any other matter related to violation of the directives issued by RBI. So the customer can also lodge complaints with respect to loans and advances, even that is covered in the ombudsman. So Deficiency in service in respects of loans will be like a non-observance of RBI directives on interest rates, delay in sanctions, delay in disbursement, okay, or non-acceptance of application without furnishing valid reasons, non-adherence to fair practices code, or any other directions by RBI. So RBI ombudsman can take up all those cases. So there will be some situations where ombudsman will not consider your complaint. Those could be like you have not approached your bank for redressal of the grievance first. So without going to the bank, you cannot directly approach the ombudsman. So you have to first of all approach the bank manager and tell your complaint and get it redressed. And if you're not, if not received reply, or even after 1 month you're not received reply, then you can approach the ombudsman. And your complaint will not be considered also if you have not made the complaint within 1 year. Okay, within 1 year from the period when you received the reply from the bank, or no reply is received. So you have to go to the bank, approach the bank, and wait for 1 month. Okay, and even then if you didn't get a reply, then from that period up to 1 year you have the time to approach the ombudsman. Then the subject matter of the complaint is pending for disposal at some other courts. Frivolous or vexatious issues, institution complaint against is not covered under the scheme. Subject matter is not within the ambit of ombudsman. If the complaint is for the same subject matter that was settled to the office of ombudsman in any previous proceedings. Okay, so all these will be cases where complaint will not be considered. And the amount to be paid by the bank as a compensation for any loss suffered will be limited to 20 lakhs or lower, whichever is actuals. So in this chapter, the questions you need to be prepared are: what is Banking Ombudsman Scheme? Who is the Banking Ombudsman? He is a senior official appointed by RBI. When can one file a complaint before the Bank Ombudsman? Where can appeal be made? That we discussed. What are some deficiencies in banking services where complaint can be made? When can one's complaint not be considered? And what is the maximum amount of compensation that can be